Hi guys, it's April, and I'm bringing you a Top 5 Wednesday. Yeah, it's that time of week again, Wednesday. This week's Top 5 Wednesday is gateway books to your favorite genre. However, I decided to twist that a little bit and give you some of my reading history by showing you some of the gateway books that have led to my favorite genres. Mainly because it's hard to suggest gateway books because you don't know where a reader is coming from or what their background is. So I'm just going to show you how I got started into a lot of the genres that I consume today. As always, I will link all of the information about Top 5 Wednesday down below in case you want to check out the group and give your own top 5 list, or you just want to see other people's top 5s. It's usually how I spend my Wednesdays. Not gonna lie. To start out my top 5 list, I have to explain my journey into the hoarding of fairy tales that you see behind me because it started at a fairly young age and I blame my parents because it's their fault, as always. But this is the book, or one of the books, that started it all. It's just a child's book of fairy tales with all kinds of illustrations and stories and things, but it was books like this that my parents read to me and I just latched onto and didn't ever let go of. Obviously, as you can see, because I still have it on my bookshelf. And obviously it wasn't very much. Go parents! The next book that was a gateway book, I call this the weird and abstract because they're usually storylines that are whimsical and don't really make sense if you try to dig too much into them. They're there because they want to make you think in ways that you normally don't think. And so the gateway book into that genre was Wayside School is Falling Down. I can't tell you how insanely weird this book was. Growing up, I absolutely adored it. As you can see, it's tabbed up now because I used it in some, theses and stuff because I could. I love the series, the Wayside School series. I don't know what it is. It's just something that I latched onto and I still to this day cannot let go of, and it obviously sparked my love for the weird and the strange. The next book I found at a garage sale for like 25 cents, and this is pretty much what started off my whole creep factor, and that is The Doll in the Garden. Does this book not scream 80s, 90s? Yeah, that's this book. It just started the whole ghost phase, it started the supernatural phase, it started the investigative thriller phase. This started a lot of things that I still hold on to today, and I can't thank it enough. And of course, The Heir just started. Graphic novels are a thing that keep on popping up everywhere on BookTube, and I am very thankful for that because as a child, I was a nerd and I was one of those ones who had to slink into the comic section and the manga section feeling slightly judged and out of place. But now it's accepted nearly everywhere, and the one that started it all for me was Sailor Moon. This little book right here. It actually stemmed, of course, from the anime, and then I learned about mangas and what mangas were, and that whole thing took over. But yeah, this is what started my love for graphic novels, right here. And finally, the book that started me on my fantasy quest. I wish I could say it was something epic like Lord of the Rings or that kind of nonsense, but no, I never really connected to those books growing up. It was actually Tamara Pierce and Wolfspeak. Yeah, I know this is the second book in The Immortals, but this is the one I picked up first and the one that started my love for fantasy and therefore high fantasy. I always go back to the series. This is one of those ones that has just always stuck with me, and of course started the whole Tamara Pierce consuming. I don't know how else to phrase that because I just inhaled them after I read this book. Of course I went back and read the first one because that only makes sense. But this book right here, fantasy. So those were the top 5 books that started me in certain directions in my reading life, and I absolutely love them for that. Tell me down below what book started you in your favorite genre, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.